Bien, buenas tardes.
Good afternoon. Let's start. And first of all, I apologise to you. We had to change our meeting room, but apparently the ENVI committee has gone on too long, more than planned. I hope this won't happen on this time. I'm always very quick on committee, and this is going to be the shortest presidency of my life, so I'll try to be as quick as usual this afternoon. Just to remind you about your voting cards. Have you got your voting cards? If you don't have your voting card, then the Secretariat will be able to provide you with a card. Anyone need a card? No. Great. So, first of all, formally open this meeting. We'll call it to order. As you know, the only aim of the meeting is to elect the Bureau by electing the chairman and 4 vice-chairmen in line with the Rule 14. And so, first of all, we'll elect the president, and then after that, the vice-chairman in order. So, I'd like to know whether there are any titular members who have been replaced by the alternate. I don't think it's necessary to let us know, but the rules say that I had to ask whether any titular members have been replaced by alternate. Evelyn Gebhardt is replacing Richard Corbett, apparently, and Ola Christensen is replacing Clara Aguilera. And so when it comes to Socialists, the EPP, well, Mr. Milan Mon is replacing Miguel Arias Cañete, and I don't have any other replacement that I know of. So the GUI hasn't given me any information.
Hay una sustitución en GUE también.
It's stopped yet. Okay, now we know. No, we want to make everything available to everyone. We want to make sure you can. Anyway, I think everyone's got what they want. So now immediately I'll move on to the election of the candidate. So first of all, the first thing I have to do, is there a candidate to chair the committee from the EPP? So, Mr. Kuhn, did you want to have the floor? Thank you, Gabriel Mato. Thank you, Chairman Gabriel Mato. Thank you for very good for your very good job as chairman in the last Parliament. As vice coordinator of the EPP group, it's my honour to nominate as the chairman of the Fisheries Committee Alain Cadec. He is our candidate. No microphone for the chairman. Are there any other proposals? Are there any other proposals? No other proposals. So in that case, the chair goes to Alain Cadec, and as you know, in line with the rules, I have to ask him whether he is ready. First of all, I need to know whether he has met the requirements when it comes to declaration of interest, and then he has to be a full member, a titular member of this committee. But that's also the case. And thirdly, what we don't know yet is whether he agrees to be appointed. So now we just ask Mr. Cadec if he agrees to be appointed as chairman. I agree. So Mr. Cadec agrees. I agree as well. So, if you don't mind, and given that there's no other candidate for the chair, then we'll move straight on to approving his appointment by acclamation, as we normally do. Is that you agree to appoint him by acclamation? So let's have a round of applause to elect Mr. Cadec by acclamation.
Señor Cadec.
So, Mr. Cadec, I'll give you the chair, and all you need to do is, well, you need to do an awful lot.
Deseándole, lógicamente.
And of course, I wish you all the best.
Bateau à droite. Eh bien, d'abord, je voudrais vous remercier.
Well, first of all, I'd like to thank you for the confidence you've shown me. I hope that I will be able to do everything I can to meet your expectations and ensure that you're happy with your vote. So thank you very much. again. Let's now vote on the vice chairs. First vice presidency, then.
Thank you very much. Alors, la première vice-présidente.
So the first vice president, we have one candidate, Isabella Lövin. No, I'm sorry. Sorry. Is there a candidate? Apologise. Let me start again. Is there a candidate?
Congratulations on your election, and on behalf of the Greens and European Free Alliance Group, I have pleasure in nominating Isabella Lövin.
Est-ce que Isabella accepte?
Does Isabella accept?
Yes, I will accept with great pleasure the honour. Thank you.
Y a-t-il d'autres candidats?
Are there any further candidates?
Il n'y en a pas.
No? So let me suggest that we elect Isabella Lövin as first vice president by acclamation.
Et qu'elle vienne me rejoindre.
And I'd like her to come up and sit next to me. She has the gavel.
L'enclume, c'est, enfin, la faucille, c'est Joao qui l'a.
Thank you. Hi, congratulations.
Bon.
Is this for me?
Yes, no, yes, it's for you. Alors, nous allons passer.
We'll now move on to the second vice president. Are there any candidates?
Sí. Gracias, presidente. En nombre del grupo.
Thank you very much. On behalf of the EPP, I am nominating Jaroslav Veleza, whom you all know well because he's been working hard on the committee over the last 5 years. I nominate him as the second vice chairman on behalf of the EPP.
Y a-t-il d'autres candidats?
Are there any more candidates?
Il n'y en a pas.
If not, then I suggest we vote by acclamation on Jaroslav Veleza.
Qui va venir nous rejoindre ici.
Who'll come and join us here.
Alors là, ça va être plus compliqué. Alors, attends. Attends. Et là, on va voter par... Alors, s'agissant de...
So on the third post, then, are there any candidates for the third vice chairman?
Gracias, señor.
Thank you very much, Chairman.
Mr Chairman, on behalf of the EFDD group, I would like to nominate Marco Affronte. Thank you.
OK. Y a-t-il d'autres candidats?
Are there any other candidates?
Gracias, señor.
Yes, Chairman. On behalf of the EPP, I would nominate Mr. Bernard Kuhn.
OK. Nous avons donc deux candidats.
We have two candidates. Usually in a constituent assembly, we're not supposed to have a debate necessarily. However, if anyone would like to speak for 1 minute, they may do so.
Thank you, Chair, and congratulations to us all. I do appreciate being elected the first vice chair of this committee, and I intend to chair this committee in the most fair possible way, and I hope we will have good cooperation with all the groups and all the parties and all the members of this committee in the future. So when it comes to the Bureau, I think that it would be appropriate if we respected the rules of procedure on the constitutive meetings of the parliamentary committees. In the Rule 15 of the Rules of Procedure, paragraph 2, it says that in the election of the President, Vice Presidents and Quaestors, account should be taken of the need to ensure an overall fair representation of Member States and political views. And as we all know here in this Parliament, we have always used the DONT system in order to secure a fair representation of member states and political views. And I don't think it appropriate that this committee should have 3 chairs of the EPP group. I already saw this happening in the Budget Committee 1 hour ago, where one EFDD member was pushed out from the 4th chair candidacy, and there was an EPP member voted in instead. And I think in the name of democracy, if we are here really respecting the views of the European citizens, we need to take it seriously when we have some EU-critical parties in this Parliament, and their views should be represented equally as everyone else's views. And I think this is the appropriate way of meeting the EU criticism and these views. And I think that we should also see each candidate as a person and not as a representative normally of its group. And I therefore would like to hear Mr. Affronte and Mr. Kuhn presenting their candidacies. And I would like all the members to hear whether or not Mr. Affronte is competent of this assignment. Thank you.
Merci.
Thank you, Isabella. No, we're not going to open up a debate now. Democracy will be respected because we're now going to vote.
Et il pourra toujours y avoir des contestations après si vous le souhaitez.
You can express your objections afterwards if you wish, but democracy is going to be respected, so let's vote now with an electronic vote. I suggest that Mr. Affronte should be the first candidate because he was the first candidate to come forward. So you'd have to press on the green button if you would like to vote for Mr. Affronte as Vice Chairman. If you would like it to be Mr. Kuhn, then please press on the red button. Now, would you like us to test it first? Or is everyone ready for the vote? Are you okay with that? Have you got your voting cards with you? So, Mr. Affronte, that's the green button. Mr. Kuhn is the red button, following the democratic procedure. So the vote is open. Has everyone voted? Vote is closed.
Résultat? Quoi? Alors, 11 voix.
11 votes for Mr. Kuhn and 9 votes for Mr. Affronte.
Oui, il faut revoter. Donc, ça n'est pas une...
It's not an absolute majority, so we have to proceed to the vote once again, a second time. So, can we update the voting machine? Let's vote again. The vote is open.
Le vote est fermé.
The vote is closed.
Pour Monsieur
12 for Mr. Kuhn and 9 for Mr. Affronte.
Monsieur Kuhn est élu.
Mr. Kuhn is therefore elected Vice Chairman of the Fisheries Committee.
Je tiens à préciser que Monsieur Affronte...
Can I point out that Mr. Affronte, of course, will be an active member of the Fisheries Committee?
Surely you were talking about democracy, sir. Democracy in England means people are allowed to speak, and neither of the candidates spoke. So that doesn't seem like democracy to me, but it seems like European democracy, which is not democracy.
C'est l'usage, monsieur.
That's the customary procedure. We are acting according to our rules.
Nous n'entamerons pas de débat si vous le voulez.
We're not going to have a debate now, I'm afraid.
Of the European Union, sir. Undemocratic, sir.
Nous allons passer.
We'll now move on to voting on the fourth Vice Chair. Any candidates?
Pour le 4e vice-président.
Any candidates for the fourth post? Mrs. Rodust.
Die S&D-Fraktion.
Yes, the S&D nominates Madame Renata Bianco.
Pardonnez-moi. Y a-t-il d'autres candidats?
Are there any other candidates?
Sorry.
Il n'y en a pas.
No, there aren't. So can I suggest that we vote on Renata Briano, an elector by acclamation.
Merci. Le bureau.
Thank you. So we now have a bureau.
Notre prochaine.
Our next meeting will be on the 22nd. We will look at this with the Secretariat. And if possible, we'd like the meeting to start at 2 p.m., not 9 a.m. You've probably realised that the 21st here is a bank holiday. Everything's closed.
On va voir. Donc,
We'll see if that's possible then for the date and time. Otherwise, it will be the 23rd at 9 a.m. That's my proposal.
This is a travesty. All of these votes are a travesty.
No,
I don't care. You don't believe in